Good afternoon.
Hey, Mike. David Moore, Dallas Morning News. Your players, a lot of your players have talked about just what San Francisco had done to them in the playoffs the last couple of years and looking forward to this game. With that in mind, what is your message to them this week? Do you lean in on that since it's already there? Do you try to balance it, or how do you?
I think it's like anything. You always want to be in balance. I mean, it's obviously it's an important game. You understand the history, and there's obviously a lot of tradition with this game. So I mean, it's all part of it. You live to play these kind of games. You dream about these kind of games. So you don't want to make it bigger than it is. But it's just not. The reality is it's not just another game.
And you in some ways just foster that, or just let that environment be there because it's kind of their self-motivation a lot too, or?
Well, yeah, I think self-motivation going into yesterday's contest was there, especially after the week we had. So important thing is for us to learn, which we took this morning to go through it. There's some things we can improve on yesterday's game. Watching their tape here this afternoon and getting into it. I mean, they're playing very well. I've been very impressed so far for what I've seen. So just keep your eye on the target.
Clarence Hill, Telegram. How much did the change in the offseason have to do with the loss to 49ers last year? How much did that loss impact some decisions that were made offseason?
Yeah, I don't look at it that way. I mean, I know timing may reflect that, but no, I don't think it's. I just like anything when you make change internally. In my experiences, I mean, it's about going a direction that you feel can better serve you.
Mike Todd Archer with ESPN. Did you have any injury news from your athletic trainers yet? With Rico and Zach?
Yeah, they're both they're both going to be in the rehab group Wednesday, so they definitely both have a chance to play.
Saudis, PFI. Mike, I'm sure when players come in, you have certain expectations, especially maybe rookies. When Deron Bland came in as a 5th-round pick, what did you expect maybe his early career would look like, and how is it kind of measured up in that way?
I go back to Deron when he came in here on his 30th visit. He was just had a great visit, and and then obviously we get to see these guys in person and in this video, and it's I can remember talking to Will McClay about this. Well, why is he not ranked higher? So I mean, there's a lot there, and then to get him where we got him, we were obviously thrilled. So as far as his expectation, I'll just say this: I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because he's extremely consistent in everything he does. Very high instincts awareness, the ball skills, and so forth. And he's played both inside and outside. So I mean, he's off to a hell of a start.
When you look at his play, I guess the first one yesterday, he mentioned to us that Mac Jones had gone to that side and come across and completed a pass, and he didn't want to let that happen again. How much of that is just kind of like learning on the fly and identifying those situations that a quarterback might do that again?
Well, I mean that's I think it's all part of development. And you look at young players, but we talk a lot about the ebb and flow of the game, things that happen, things that are built off of it, and I think clearly from a quarterback's perspective, I mean that's a dangerous throw, and didn't have the opportunity to jump on it the second time. I think obviously you've seen the result, but I think it just speaks to his instincts and awareness.
Nick Harris, DallasCowboy.com. Now at the 4-week mark, is there any update on Matt Let's Go and Nishon Wright?
Both doing well. Don't have anything to give you as far as a plan for this week, but just seeing both guys in the weight room and seeing them in there every day. So they're doing everything. They look good, getting close.
Yes.
Justin Rice, Pro Football Network coach. Can you talk about Hunter Lipke and really the strides that he has continued to take, and what were some of your first impressions of him, and how has he continued to live up to those?
First impression really in camp was just he was young. And just needed opportunities. So I mean, he's doing a lot of good things on offense. Obviously, his first touchdown. But he's doing a really nice job with special teams too. So he's doing a really good job of fulfilling his role each and every week.
Mike McCarthy, Dallas Morning News. In all three of your wins, no turnovers on offense, and in all three of those games, there was a fumble that was recovered with the HSI technique of covering and finishing. What can you maybe just describe the McEwen in that play, what you saw from him, and overall what we're seeing from your offense?
I mean, it's an excellent play. It's just like anything in this game. If you just keep running, good things happen. So, I mean, his cover, particularly, their pursuit was right there too. I think they had 5 jerseys around the ball. So, excellent heads-up play by Sean. Like you said, we've had 3 balls on the ground in these 0-give games, and all 3 have been recovered. So, obviously, what our focus is we're going to protect the football because actually they were able to knock it out twice. That was the one had the one on the sideline too, same guy. But that's why you work the fundamentals. We're getting ready to play defense, a vision defense that does an exceptional job also taking the ball away. So, and I think both teams do the same, and they do a good job taking care of it. So this will be a great challenge for us this week.
Is that technique something that you've coached throughout your career, or is that is there an origin to?
Oh, ball security? Yeah, I go back to Marty Schottenheimer. Marty. It didn't matter who you were. How many Super Bowls you won, or he was just so adamant about taking care of the football. And then on the flip side of it, Derek Thomas is the first guy I really seen come around the corner and with a chop. So the emphasis of it, definitely the origin is Kansas City back in the early 90s.
Alvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. A month into the season, how would you assess how you've handled the reps with Tony, Rico, and Vaughn and those guys?
I think we're getting to a better flow. Yesterday was a better flow. So we had some games around the balance. The first 2. So I think we're clearly getting the packages and the rotation right. And obviously when Rico had the injury yesterday, then we got Hunter involved. So I like the way it's going.
You like Malik and practice squad guy, and you've seen what he can do in camp.
I'm high on Malik. I love his run style, his ability. His ability to make people miss in the hole. We saw that last year in his opportunities. So he's doing great.
Mike, talk a little bit about the rivalry between these two franchises. You've seen it from both sides. What stands out about it? Is it?
Well, I just think like anything, you have an opportunity to work for an organization that has great tradition, that has Super Bowl trophies in the lobby. There's always a path, in the NFC that goes through Dallas or goes through San Francisco. So I think those things are, it's part of what makes this sport so great. In the respect that I feel you need to have for the history, the tradition of the Dallas Cowboys. So, but at the end of the day, like I said earlier, I don't want to make this game bigger than it is. I'm sure they're excited to play. We're excited to get up there on Sunday night and compete. And right now we need to keep our eye on target, and we need to have a better preparation week this week we had last week. Offensively we had our highest number of missed assignments. So, like I said, we got work to do. So we need to just keep cleaning our own house and staying on top of it.
Like understanding that 3 out of the 4 games have gotten kind of out of hand and some on the scoreboard, just how do you evaluate Dak's first month of the season? And obviously the interceptions were the talking point coming into the season. He's kept that down. How do you evaluate his total game so far?
Oh, I think he's playing very well. The ball distribution is what it's supposed to look like. You look at the numbers of how the ball's being moved around. So, it's just like anything. Each week's a different challenge, and we've had some moving parts in the offensive line, so he doesn't let that affect him. He has great confidence in all his teammates. I think that's a needed trait for a quarterback in this league, just to trust the 5 guys in front of you and trust the things we're doing. So, but yeah, I think he's had a really good first quarter.
How's he been able to keep the interceptions down the way that he has?
Just decision, ball accuracy. I think the connection we got work to do there too. The connection we have at the perimeter. The extra work. So it's just playing better together.
I'm Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. You guys went last week from having 13 enforced penalties for over 100 yards to only having 5 enforced against the Patriots for roughly 32 yards, which was much more in line with what you guys were doing week 1 and week 2. Was there added emphasis on that this past week in the meeting rooms, or was it more so you trust the players knew how to get
Yeah, a little more. Yeah, a little more emphasis in a team meeting. But we have what we call penalty prevention. Video education each and every week. So just spent a little bit more time on it last week to emphasize it, and then I thought the players did an excellent job responding.
Did Michael come out of the game injured? I don't know if he missed some plays with something or nothing like that. But he's
he had a knee and an ankle both looked at, but I'm not of high concern with it.
He will practice Wednesday.
As of right now, he might be limited. So we haven't finalized it yet. It is
Okay.
Monday. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was just curious. We hadn't asked you about Michael, so I know
Yeah,
he
no.
missed some time. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I know it doesn't really matter inside the game, but you haven't made him an offensive captain yet. I was just curious what some of the thinking, were you waiting for that?
Oh, my God. I'm dumbfounded. That's very observant on your part. So. He'll get a chance, I can promise you that. Yeah.
Mike, from what you saw the rehab last week of where Tyron Smith was, are you fairly encouraged he's on a path that gives him a pretty good chance to play this week in this game, or you won't know till Wednesday?
Yeah, I know today when we talked about him, he'll probably work with the rehab group, maybe limited, but he's doing much better.
Aisha Morrison, DallasCowboys.com. Coach, I think it's easy for us to get, kind of normalized to the fact that Tyler Smith is able to play left guard, play left tackle, be so flexible. Can you speak on just how impressive that is for a second-year player to be able to do that at this high level this frequently?
Well, I mean, he does some things physically that you just, you shake your head. I mean, his ability, his balance is to me, very unique for his ability to play both positions. And we're probably fortunate in the way his path went. Where he started was one and ended up the other. So, but yeah, he's up to a great start. He's gonna be a top-notch player in this league for a long time.
Joe.
Joe Hoyt, Lone Star Live. Same personnel almost across the board for the 49ers, aside from Javon Hargrave. Defensive coordinator, though, have any differences jumped out to you, with Steve Wilkes running?
No, I'm not totally that far along, but from what I've just seen from the game tape so far, there was a tremendous amount of carryover last year.
Yeah. When Bones brought you the proposal to do the fake PAT, behind it, do you trust him completely, or are you like, let's take a look at this together and figure it out?
In practice, yeah. I mean, it's and he does a great job of finding extra time to get it repped. So, and it was clean in practice. So both Friday and Saturday, and it was very well executed. So we were anticipating a certain alignment and look, and we saw it on the first one, on the first field goal. So, but it was a great job by him, and obviously a great job with the guys executing.
Piggyback that. Is something like that wasted on a PAT? Would you rather wait for something like that on a field goal? I'm just asking.
That's a great. You mean the ROI on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You think there's more ROI on it than just 1 point? There is. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
They got to prepare for that now.
There you go. So, yeah, I mean, it's you could definitely make a case because when I started laughing when he brought it to me first. So it's just, but there's merit to it. So there's merit to it. That's why we did it.
Back on plan for a second, when you said, why is this guy not rated higher? What was the answer you got?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't recall, but it's I just been impressed with him since the day I met him. So, like I said, I'm not surprised. So I mean, look at his body type, just the way he plays, super consistent in everything he does. So
Does anything remind when you had Sam Shields come in as a late, well, he was
Well, a different
undrafted,
path, you know, Sam, you know, obviously Sam played receiver, just had, you know, tremendous amount of ability, but, you know, Sam had to make a transition to corner, you know. Obviously Duran's very natural there.
Hey, Coach, I know we're running down the injuries a little bit. Any update on Tyron Smith, how he's doing? What's his status for week 5, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's, you know, I'm hopeful he'll work, you know, in a limited or with the rehab group Wednesday. So then we'll see how that goes. But he's getting better.
All right, got it.
Thank you.
Great.
Thanks.